Hello everyone and welcome to Dialogue. Uh, yeah, I was setting up my mic so it should be working much better and it should be louder, clearer and no like additional noises that there shouldn't be. Like, this is a mostly reading game, so like, yeah, you'll see what I mean in a second. Hello Michelle, and don't worry about reading. How are you doing over there? I seem to have gotten a bit used to life in Chroma City. Instead of the rising sun, I've just started dividing my days by payment approvals and inefficient funds. Funds. Sorry, I was doing this for a long time, so like this is messing me up. And I'm happy that I got the mic workings like I wanted to, because like earlier it was a mess. The light monopolized by Sunshine Corp has replaced the sun, and most things are sold with price tags. I wish beer was the only thing I had to pay for. Right, the price of beer went up again recently. Everything is going up except for two things, the sun and my income. But Michelle, everything comes at a high price except for the value of labor. But I can find some stability at least while I'm working. When I drifted here after we parted ways, I thought my incompetence was the reason for our breakup, and that thought still weighs me down. I can't say things are completely different now, but here, at least while I'm holding on to my work, that weight lifts just for a moment, regardless of how much I earn. For that time, at least, I have the assurance that I won't collapse. The people I met, the people I meet, the conversation we have, and what I've come to feel. I want to tell you about it. On the second floor of a commercial district slightly away from the city center, Pepper Clinic Dialogue. A place where the outside noise recedes with just a few words of small talk. Don't criticize my naming skills, because in Chroma City they give estimates for heartbreaks and the charge for repairs. Sorry if sorry I didn't read it really good or something. Like, I'm not that good at reading stuff, because yeah, it doesn't really go good for me. Yo, please excuse that. Lame. I said the name is totally lame. And Chris, did you have a beer? What's with the sentimental nonsense this early in the morning? I was thinking about a customer from yesterday, and I couldn't help it. He came in saying his portable virtual chip was stuck, but maybe it activated during repairs, because he started running around the room like crazy, swinging a leather belt at me. Thanks to him, my dial equipment was almost in the dust too. That's because you have such a shady and lame name. Only customers fitting that description would show up. Ha! Don't tell me. You're talking about the oasis of Chroma City, bathed in neon lights. The D1AL-ogue repair clinic. Our repair clinic is all-around sanctuary that provides not just quick and accurate repairs, but also emotional stability through comfortable conversation. That shady name is exactly why ifs needing repairs turn away and go somewhere elsewhere. Emotional stability for ifs, that feels like less like shady and more like creepy. Is that why you habitually make ifs wet themselves? To be precise, it's not the act of discharging overheated coolant. Your phrasing is misleading. Same difference. Do you mean same difference? You're probably the only one who describes it like that. Stop spouting a nonsense so early and check your equipment already. You're not opening for business today. I used to love stories like that, like this. Even though you used to think about wanting to become money when you were little. Shut up. Seems like the hangover from yesterday beer is pretty bad. And speaking of Eves, why don't you replace the outdated equipment in your repair clinic at D1AL when D5AL is already out is disrespectful to them. What you're overlooking at that the small equipment is strictly specialized for diagnosis. Sorry, I'll be right back because I need to do something. And I'm back. I need to help my mom, so it was quick. Diagnostic performance was so good from the first generation, but even the fifth generation out it hasn't improved dramatically. Then what's different? The main advancements are in unit synthesis. Convenience in the synthesis process, overclocking synthesized parts, firmware modification, etc. However, I can make up for the dial lagging synthesis performance purely with the touch of my fingertips. It's actually kind of impressive. Especially if I upgrade to a newer generation, why is there an extra subscription fee? There would be no point in having registered the business as D1AL-ogue. I don't seem to get it. A little with birthless vitality into a very life, and also being this strangely named repair clinic operating normally as your skills are really unquestionable, then it should be a breeze if I suddenly test you with the standard Dixel, wait, how to say the Excel practical level 1 mock maintenance, right? Uh, hmm. Practice repair. Prove Michelle wrong about your skills target moves 20. Okay. And I'll be obviously playing the tutorial, so it's been a while since the last mock maintenance. Let's take it step by step. There is an option, I already know all of this. Let's get over with this quickly. But like, I don't know. I never played this game. Like, it's my first time. So, yep. Let's get this started. You can check the damaged parts on dial that need the repair right now. I'll hover over the damaged part to see the required units. First, let's select a damaged part. Dial consists of 4 layers and 6 indices. This is so like the index stuff. Each model can be moved by dragging it to swap places with adjacent modules up, down, left, and or right. Moving modules using dial's battery. If you use all the battery, you can move anymore. Let's try moving a module. While dragging a module, right click to cancel the move. Try cancelling this move with right click. Okay. You move modules to line 3 or more, they synthesize into a higher tier unit. Dressing module into a higher tier unit. Boom. Synthesize modules a total of 10 times the battery overcharges and increases max capacity. You can check the current damaged location and required units on the right panel. Okay. Hover your mouse over the each damaged location to see the required unit. Placing the required unit on the damaged spot activates the replace button. Place it to swap the unit. Okay. Looks like the replacement went well. Alright, let's keep going. Select the next damaged part. This case requires multiple types of units. The info panel will show the required unit colors for each position. Just place the units accordingly to the colors and to replace them. Now place the required modules to complete the maintenance. You can also repair using a higher tier unit. So this is damaged and this requires a red unit. So if I want to do this, oh, let's go back to the beginning. The red one here. So I can do this. Blue one here and the yellow one there. Okay. Wait, this needs to be there. Okay. Now, this needs to be here. And that one has to be higher here. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. Now let's select the final damaged part. The last damaged part requires a higher tier unit. And check the unit appearances by tier on the phone by pressing tab. Click caps lock instead of tab. Here you can see the icons for each unit level. So like, okay, so this is a power unit, this is a logic unit. Okay, cool. Let's use Dial's special function. There's a gauge meter on the left. This gauge meter charges for the corresponding type when 4 or more modules are synthesized. And fully charged, click the gauge tool and then module or unit of another type converted. Okay, so this is like a conversion stuff. Let's try changing a type. Can cancel by right clicking. Okay. Everything is collecting. Cool. Click this and change this. When a mistake or think it's hopeless, press the restart button to try repair again. Let's collect the gauge charge and use it to change types while repairing. Okay. There it is. Boom, repaired. Okay, I got the 2 achievements. Cool, and those were... I got the 3 in total also. And I'll be reading what I got. Unstoppable, synthesized modules 5 times in a row. Vikram as best mechanic. We received a good evaluation for the repair result. And welcome to D1AL-ogue. Completed the dial tutorial. Cool. The device now? That's really amazing. Honestly, I knew you ran a repair clinic, but I didn't know you were this skilled. Even with the latest D5AL equipment, it wouldn't be this fast or for a level 1 mock maintenance. I see you in a new light. Hey, it's nothing. If I wanted to attract EVE customers to this strangely named repair clinic of yours, I can't tolerate a single maintenance error. First impressions are most important wherever you go. If you care so much about first impressions, why don't you erase that suspicious slogan on the front door? Besides, there needs to be comfort during the repair process for them to feel emotionally stable and open up. I just can't understand that creepy philosophy of yours. I should probably start opening a shop now. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Cool. So target moves 20. First move count 9, fusion count 16, repair time 238 seconds. Perfect, this should be enough to stop Michelle from lagging me. Cool. Then I'll go to the next one. Okay, so this is Chris. Welcome, this is Repair Clinic D1AL-ogue. Wait, I'm Chris. I'm stupid. Okay, for this pray, okay. What brings you here at this hour? What about your cafe shift? Are you watching the popular show airing these days of Girl O'Hara? I had to pick reading faster because this is slow. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Are you watching it? I don't watch it every week, but then this will be quick. In yesterday's episode, do you remember the scene when O'Hara smashed Mrs. No, this is Mistress Blind with a magical pile driver? I know, I think this is... O'Hara really gets pushed into a corner, so seeing her fight with fatal nosebleed and crush the Blind's neck for a comeback was quite the twist in many ways. That's exactly it. What exactly is it? What exactly are you trying to say? A villain showed up at our shop and they took look while they desperately needed pile, pile driver. I knew you'd understand. I only understood that you have a difficult customer. Oh my god. Could you speak a bit more clearly? They say his bigwig from Sunshine Corp claims his mere visit is a favor to this crappy shop and threatened that he could turn off all the neon shines in the district with a single word. A different routine every day. I envy how today is unlike yesterday. Shut up. Anyway, thanks to that big shot, it's been nothing but new stability officer faces all morning. Those guys are hard to find when you actually need them, but they swarm like rats for this. I thought there was a terrorist attack or something. So that's what happened. What brings you such a person to a backwater like this? I don't know the details, but it seems like he came to negotiate with the manager of this commercial district. Something about increasing the neon shine subscription fees around here starting next month, and removing the free neon shine streetlights. Controlling the light, his actions are like Mr.'s blind. See why I brought up buff girl. If Mr. I think this is Mrs. Blind has appeared in reality. Then our magical pile driver isn't out of the question either. Can you go and try it? It's way out of my experience and job description, but I can mimic it. I knew it. I wanted to pour coffee on his face, but now I feel a little bit better. Right, if you're really going to try it, be careful. The security is intense. I could get arrested for keeping your hands in your pockets. Then again, today my secret power remain hidden. Anyway, raising subscription fees is a pretty big deal. I was thinking about subscribing to a hologram figure for my lonely room, but with the increased fees, it will be tight. Same here. Really? Ifs are relatively free from LDS. Do you really need days to subscribe to Neon Shine? It's only relatively free. Our condition worsens, data loss occurs, and we could have problems more serious than humans. Plus, I've got some to look after. You mean Remy? Remy's a family. A cat. Does being a cat mean it can be family? You'd be better watch your words in front of Remy. Ray showed her clothes. I'll think an aggressive cat like stance. Please forgive me. I'll make an exception this time, because I'm generous. Anyways, if the subscription fee goes up, I'll have to give up on the item I was planning to buy. What were you all thinking of getting? Our girl collaboration merch. They're doing a collaboration with one neural stimulation unit for IFs. They announced that the pre-orders will start on the day the last episode airs. The thing that people come up with. They might do mean the things they come up with. This collaboration product is amazing. They said that when the empathy unit activates and overloads, it shakes your cognitive abilities, creating the illusions of transforming. It's basically another way of saying you must buy this. What on earth does that mean? And aren't you the expressions shake cognitive abilities and illusion of transforming? Seriously suspicious? You're making a fuss over nothing. Besides, considering the chips you usually use, I don't think you're in a position to talk. What do you say? Those are legitimately released VR chips, you know? I didn't even put them there for you to see. You just looked at them on your own. I have no intention of respecting your tastes, but if I may give you a piece of personal advice, in a repair clinic where Eves are the main customers, displaying chips with covers or showing Eves and humans getting intimate doesn't seem like a very good choice. Just put frequent used items where they are easy to see. It's inevitable in a workshop with lots of tools. I feel like I just had some terrible information. If you're lonely, why don't you find a lover? Sorry, but... Okay, I'm sorry. I apologized quickly. It was as if she didn't want to hear it. Did she foresee what I was going to say? And I can ask for a simple repair? I need to create an excuse to tell the boss. Your repairs are always welcome. Raise request. Create an excuse for price absence. I need to target at 28 moves at total, I think. Because like if... Okay. So... Start with this. I need red one and a red one. Okay. Let's start this. Huh. Wait. Okay. I'm stupid. Don't you think the name Neon Shine is super tacky? Like a middle-aged man trying to look cool. I agree with that part. It sounds like a name where they changed one syllable from neon sign and celebrated themselves for being extremely witty. It's really a comedy that the person agreeing with that has a repair clinic with a name just as bad. Okay. Cool. At least this is better, and this needs to go like this. Done. What exactly does the simulation from the app empathy until you need feel like? I only learned about it in theory, but I was curious since I've never felt it myself. It's similar to humans. If humans feel it through muscle contraction, blood flow changes, and hormone secretion, or if it's just replaced by the MFF unit, simulating this directly gives a quite a pleasurable feeling. So, is it like an orgasm? It doesn't match exactly, but it's probably the closest thing. And then what about the collaboration merge you mentioned earlier? That's I was just curious about what it feels like to transform. They say power surges through you. Sure, whatever. Okay, this one requires a red unit right here. Wait, boom. Okay, done. All done. There was no major issues. Also, I got a achievement, and that achievement is praise first repair completed for praise first request. Cool. So the achievement down. Only what? 20 more to go. Oh, my Steve back feels completely refreshed. Is this what it feels like when O'Hara purifies her body with brief seed? Is it okay to mention my crude repair in the same breath as something as so noble? Crude? You're too strict with yourself. No one around here can match your skills. Enough praise, save thought, talk for later. You, after you buy me a beer, make a fuss even when I compliment you. What a personality! I noticed earlier that your power unit was screaming again. Aren't you ever working yourself lately? It must be because a lot of zombies have been gathering in front of this shop lately. They've practically set up the camp there. Zombies, you mean liquor patients high on drugs? Usually they just stumble around spouting nonsense. No, those are blackouts. It's a state where even radical methods are like electronic drugs can't prevent damage to the frontal lobe and neural network. You can consider their ego and personality data virtually destroyed. Lately, the media seems like to call them zombies instead of severe LDS patients. It's been here for a while. I've been here for a while, but I just thought they were drug addicts. Drug addicts are probably better off than them. Aren't they both equally in this together? At least junkies have the infinite love for drugs left. Blackouts are worse. Infinite love. Seeing them throw away family, lovers, and property without hesitation, isn't that the perfect expression? Like, if it's not you, then a world doesn't matter. Truly an impossible devotion. In contrast, blackouts are likely empty shells with even their desires gone. They wander around following the light by instinct, and when they find neon shine, they swarm like nuts and won't leave. Chasing light suggests they still have at least minimal desires left. If you saw them, you'd think I'm exactly right. They aren't moving to find light, it's just that it's the only stimulations left that they can react to. If they crawled around looking for light normally, maybe you'd be right. Of course, they would become something even more terrible. As I recall, the shop you work at has a floor to ceiling glass window on one side. Right, and clearing away the nuts that gather there is one of my daily tasks. That's probably the cause of 80% of my power unit overloads. And the other 20% is because of that idiot removing streetlights. Exactly. Every day must be tough. It gives me a headache just thinking about how much tougher it's going to get. Okay. You know what? You know that Happiness and unhappiness are influenced by future events, but than the presence. Wasn't that a study on a human psychology? Humans and Eves are pretty much the same. We realize that state and conflicts heavily with your critic and my tastes before the repair. I come back because I respect it. Uh-huh. My head feels like exploding as it is. Do you have to make me say useless things? If you plan to keep wrecking me to rip off your repairs fees, you'd better be prepared. I'm sorry, customer primary. I'm joking, I have to go now. Even as justified absence is a problem if it drags on. I don't want to get fired because of and become a zombie rubbing my face against a window. By now, the streetlight idiot should have left this shop too. Very sharp, good sense as always. It was a pleasant conversation today, Pray. It will see you later, Chris. Pray hurriedly left the door with a quick steps. Oh my god, my hair is going to my eye. It's, ah, it's so bad. So like this is... Mm-hmm. Okay, change the music. I can change the music. Okay, this one is good. Seems she spent more time than expected distracted by the chat. It's already time for lunch. Let's take a break. It's pretty annoying for me. I want something that is background noise, mostly. I think this will be good. Okay. Next, Anif stood before me, but though there was no sound on the door opening, despite her polite attitude and likable first impression, I couldn't quite feel at ease. All TNDLS models are government affiliate EVs, usually distinguishable by their department mark. But I couldn't see any mark of the EVE for me, nor there was any other way to confirm her affiliation. Of course, nothing official in Chroma City was particularly trustworthy, but the director unusually sensitively to that mark. Ray says I look at that mark with eyes of a sinner, which probably isn't polite behavior towards a customer. Before we start, excuse me, but may I ask what specific purpose you are specialized for? If it's military, private maintenance is illegal. Ah, you wouldn't know since I'm not wearing protective gear on my day off. I'm Orca O'Hara from the Urban Recovery Agency of Chroma City. You can just call me Orca for short. Although designed for rescue and disaster recovery operations, I'm a model equipped with multi-purpose functions like other ifs to reduce citizens' aversion. Rescue, you have quite an ordinary appearance for someone deployed to rough sites. In fact, it wasn't an ordinary appearance. Rescue specialized DNDLS models possess an appearance generally considered beautiful to reduce aversion. That's because we mostly rely on external equipment. The design direction of the model also has the motto Universal Fit. Unlike how it looks, there was many places to attach external equipment. This is for attaching the powered exoskeleton. Entry, this is for the intentionous thrust engine and the tail part. It was quite embarrassing to watch her lift parts of her body here and there to introduce the Hell model. But Orca seemed unaware of it and chattered excitedly for several minutes. How is it? I understand very well that it's not military. Besides that, that, nothing. I was just trying to apologize for being brutally out of surprises. Of course, that wasn't it. Really, I feel it. That was that rude. That's because kind people are rare towards government-affiliated thieves. If you thought I was similar to others, then that's normal. That makes sense. What kind of maintenance are you here for? I was recently assigned here, so I need to submit an inspection confirmation by tomorrow. There aren't any major issues. There are problems, issues. Uh-huh. So it shouldn't take long. It looks that way, but you never know until you check. I brought up the maintenance console, so please wait a moment. Ahem. Perhaps because everyone is preparing for Polar Night Day, the streets are intensely lively, aren't they? Polar Night Day, one of Chroma's city's prides, and the pride of brides, a holiday unique to this city and a festival ground. I had even forgotten that it wasn't far off. It's a holiday unique to this city. You come for sightseeing before. You don't have to say if it's too hard to talk about. A few years ago, I visited Chroma City due to a support request. It just happened to be a Polar Night Day. There was a support request event to nearby cities. Yes, back then I was working in Luminance City, located south of Chroma City. It was complete chaos. The violence and confusion amidst the cheers of the festival were shocking even to me. Hologram panorama covering the sky and below it, explosions mixed with smoke, must have been terrible. Uh, yes, the screams mixed with beautiful night views and hopeful music are quite shocking. The show went on as if indifferent to the strategy. And most of the crowd was too intoxicated by the festival to even know what was happening. Organizers who knew about the accident went along with it too. It was probably because of the budget. The hologram panorama called Chromatic Zenith is one of Chroma's city prides. They say it's for citizens' sense of belonging, but they pour an astronomical budget into it because it's an event that generates huge tourism revenue. Much money had already been poured into cancel just because an accident occurred. So it's about money. Excluding talk about budget and compensation, that's all that's left in Chromas are pensions. Not that I like it, but it's the unavoidable reality. That's sad. I'm sorry, I unintentionally said something depressing. It's just reality. Nothing is as boring as realistic talk. Living day by day, whether you like it or not, is reality. Even an interesting show gets boring if you watch it hundreds of times. So, uh, so it's hard for the story of a day repeated thousands of times to be interesting. It's natural to be drawn to the stories of vacation escapades or figures built on impulse, rather than talk of neon shine, subscription fees, or utility bills. I can accept it rationally, yet I can't help but emphasize experientially. Most hobbies are, after all, escapes from ordinary daily life. That's why people go crazy for Polar Night Day. And tourist visits from the other side of the globe to see the chromatic zenith. Because the coming tomorrow isn't enjoyable because they are tired of reality. They close their eyes and ears and force themselves to shout that they are happy now. Wanting to run away from pain is one of human instincts. Oops, I sounded creaky like my dial equipment again. 0 points for a sales pitch, right? Sometimes creaking sounds make you feel alive, whether machine or human. But by any chance, are you doing maintenance with a first generation dial? Don't worry too much. I've safely repaired D1AL models several times with this rugged friend. Why does this word safely sound so scary? Oh, the dial is ready. Shall we begin? Orcas request. Orcas regular inspection. Let's do it. Okay, so there are 3 problems. Cool. So the first one is yellow. Okay. That's perfect. I've never. I'm not reading that because it's too quick. Blind. This needs to be adhered to. Fantastic. That's what I wanted. I've completed the unit replacement for that part. How is it? Please feel free to tell me if there is any discomfort or awkwardness. Oh, it's much more comfortable than I thought. My worries before the maintenance were pointless. It actually feels smoother than the 5th generation dial. That's a relief. But should I say tingles? It keeps throbbing. Please be a little gentler. This area is densely packed with neural elements. It's very sensitive. Oh dear, I'm clumsy because it's been a while since I maintained a TNDLS. I'll try to be as gentle as possible. So I need 3 yellows now. Okay, so let's do this. I need to get rid of some stuff. Okay, this is ready. And this is ready. The NDLS model had one unique organ, right? That's right, because each model specializes in a different purpose. I've often seen amel ears or reverse joint types, but this is my first time seeing a tail. The eaves of the Shark Scarlet Repurpose unit under the Urban Recovery Agency, which I belong, are all TNDLS models, and we have tails like me. That's fascinating. Usually, what is the tail used for? In our case, we mainly use it to clean broken debris or break down walls to enter, or something used for such rough purposes. And you say it was a sensitive part area? The external armor is high strength, special alloy, so it's fine in the field. But when opened intentionally for maintenance, it's almost defenseless. Ha. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful to work delicately. Okay, so I need another yellow. So let's. Okay. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, cool. Just perfect. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, let's go. I need one more one here. Click. and one at the top, and it's on. As you said, it was a regular checkup, and there was no major problems, so it finished quickly. Oh, that unknown heavy feeling that was dragging me down this has disappeared. No, it's more than that. It's refreshing. Manager, you have quite an interesting look on your face right now. Orca's reactions was so vivid that I focused without realizing it. I'm glad you're satisfied. I should be thanking you. It feels similar to that unique sensation when speeding through the city center on a bike. Roaming Chroma City while feeling the wind directly. Oh, you have a bolder hobby than I thought. Yes, in Loving City my hobby was riding a bike to get some air on my days off. I don't have a car in the first place. I like bikes, and I prefer the openness of bike to the enclosed space of a car. That peculiar stimulation would everyday gaze of others mixed into the liberating feeling of being open on all sides. It feels really good. Every hobby has its own taste. I obliged for the roughness during the maintenance. No. Just because I'm particularly sensitive compared to the same model. Because you kept talking to me in between. I felt reassured at the end, and it didn't hurt at all. And my body feels completely lighter too. I can endure this much to get this level of effect. Orca started stretching her body here and there, so as if to show off. A careless Eve in a narrow space. As long as she doesn't bump into anything, it's not a bad view. Actually, I don't need too much. I just replaced a few neural units to suit the environment lacking per photonic data. I mean, because there is a lack of light? Exactly. Both humans and Eves cannot live without sunlight. That's why subscribing to Neon Shine is practically essential in Chroma City. That's why my colleges asked me if I subscribe to Neon Shine. Because unless it's Chroma, you won't have problems due to lack of light. They may survive a paid service. Chroma claims it's the same logic as food being paid. Someday we might even get billed for briefing. Still, ifs are a bit better off. Humans can fall into depression if Neon Shine is cut off for just 2 days. They called it LDS, right? Correct. It stands for Light Deficiency Syndrome. Simply put, it's a disease caused by not receiving light. The body's signaling system gets tangled, and for ifs, noise accumulates in the photonic neural network. The depression and power drop you felt recently are probably due to this. My external equipment felt behavior than usual after coming to the city. It wasn't my imagination. Body and mind are inseparable. Psychology inevitably changes according to the state of the body. It's funny for me and Eve to say this, but that's very mechanical. I think so too. But humans are similar, just a difference between metal and flesh. Most psychiatric drugs treat psychological problems by regulating hormones. The medical measure called defibrillation is basically the same principle as rebooting a machine called a human. Going by electrical signals and physiological and emotional adjustments, changing according to the hardware environments are also the same. Personally, I don't see any reason to distinguish between humans and ifs. If that philosophy created this repair shop, it's quite cool. Personal conversation is a core service of D1AL-ogue. Anyway, you said today was your day off, right? That's right, I've been hectic too with moving and dispatch calls for a few days, but finally it's a break. Actually, there was no dispatches, I mostly get some downtime. Moving alone sounds terrible. I agree with that, but it's over. Do you have any recommended places for a change of mood? I recommend the cafe on the first floor of the building opposite. Ah, I saw it on my way here. The name was started with Ray. Yeah, you mean Retro John? Retro, was it? Well, what was it? Retro John. The pronunciation is a bit odd. Ah, is that Trojan from the Trojan horse? It's a unusual name as this place. Right, I heard from the owner that it's combination of retro and Trojan virus. It reflects the ambition of in infiltrate to infiltrate the retro rants like a Trojan virus into this flashy high-tech city. Wow, hearing that it sounds quite pleasurable. Plausible? I don't know. It's a retro concept cafe that's hard to find these days. And drinking the owner's hand drip coffee is the joy of my life. A retro concept in this city, interesting. And one more thing. Avoid places with too many people. In this season, scenes of people intensely gathered often lead to the sight of them being taken away by the stability officers. Thanks for the advice, Chris. When the night gets too long, people tend to get sensitive, even if they are stability officers. Thinking of these city stability officers as police in other cities. That's a mistake. Still, there's no harm in being careful. I should quietly enjoy this festive year and atmosphere by myself. Have a good time, Orca. Thank you. See you next time. It's already evening. I should call it a day. Okay. And I will save it. Why? Because, yep, it's been, 52 minutes. My voice is almost gone. I need to, and it's like, what, uh, 30 in the 12:30 in the morning, so like, yeah. Mm, I hope you enjoyed it, because it's like, it's fun. It's fun playing it. Like I said, it's a lot of dialogue, so like, the reading is not my specialty. So yeah. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye bye.